Japan has one of the lowest obesity rates on the entire planet. Less than 4% of the population. The United States sits at 43%. The UK at 28%. And here's the thing, scientists have been studying this for decades. They've looked at genetics. They've looked at culture. They've looked at activity levels. And every single time, they keep coming back to one answer. The way Japanese people eat. Not what they eat. How they eat. So I decided to test it myself. For 7 full days, I followed the exact eating principles that Japanese culture has practiced for centuries. No changes to my workout. No calorie counting. No supplements. Just food, eaten completely differently. What happened to my body over those 7 days genuinely surprised me. And I think it'll surprise you too. Let's go. Before I show you the experiment day by day, you need to understand the exact rules I followed. Because this isn't just eat sushi for a week. There's a real philosophy behind it. The first rule is hara-hachi bu. It's a 2,500-year-old Confucian principle that the people of Okinawa, the longest living population ever recorded, still follow today. It means stop eating when you're 80% full. Sounds simple. But your brain takes about 20 minutes to register fullness signals from your stomach. So if you eat until you feel full, you've already overeaten. Every meal. Every single day. The second rule is eating slowly and deliberately. The average Japanese meal takes 20 to 30 minutes. Not because they have nowhere to be. Because eating fast bypasses every natural signal your body sends to tell you to stop. Slow eating means better digestion, real satiety, and actual awareness of what you're consuming. The third rule is balanced, small plates. Traditional Japanese meals follow something called ichiju sansai, which means 1 soup, 3 sides. A small bowl of rice. Miso soup. A protein, usually fish. A fermented or pickled vegetable. Everything is present. Nothing is excessive. The fourth rule is no snacking between meals. Japanese food culture has almost no tradition of eating between proper mealtimes. Your body gets to fully digest, fully rest, and completely reset between eating windows. No grazing. No just a little something. Nothing. These 4 rules together sound almost too simple to work. But the data on Japanese health outcomes says otherwise. Let me show you what happened when I actually lived them. Day 1 was genuinely humbling. Breakfast was miso soup, steamed rice, a soft boiled egg, and some pickled cucumber. I ate slowly. I stopped at 80% full. And by 10 a.m. I was staring at my kitchen like it owed me something. My body had been trained for years on a completely different pattern. Bigger portions. Random snacking. Eating fast and moving on. Switching that overnight was like telling your brain a completely different story about what normal feels like. Lunch was grilled mackerel, rice, edamame, and green tea. Still small. Still balanced. Still slow. I finished it and waited to feel unsatisfied. But the uncomfortable hunger I expected, it didn't fully arrive. By 9 p.m. I had a low-grade headache. My body was adjusting to no snacks, no sugar spikes, no overeating. Day 2 was similar in terms of cravings. Still fighting the urge for something in the afternoon. But something interesting happened in the evening. After dinner, I wasn't bloated. That heavy, uncomfortable feeling that I had honestly accepted as completely normal, it wasn't there. I felt light after eating. Actually light. Day 3 is when this experiment stopped feeling like a punishment. I woke up and I didn't feel heavy. That thick, groggy, brain fog morning feeling, it wasn't there. I woke up and my head was already clear. My meals were starting to feel completely natural. Eating slowly wasn't a discipline anymore, it was just how I was eating. Stopping at 80% didn't feel like deprivation. It felt correct. Day 4 hit me with something I genuinely didn't expect. No afternoon crash. I'm talking about the 3 p.m. wall. The moment where your focus evaporates, your eyes get heavy, and you reach for coffee or something sweet just to get through the day. On day 4, that wall didn't show up. I worked straight through the afternoon with the same energy I'd had in the morning. No blood sugar spikes from snacking. No overeating at lunch. My body was running clean. Day 5, I looked in the mirror and noticed something I hadn't planned for. My face was less puffy. That subtle puffiness around the jaw and eyes that I'd completely normalized, gone. The drop in sodium, the drop in processed food, the better sleep from not going to bed over full. It was all showing up on my face before it showed up anywhere else. Day 6, I put on a pair of jeans I'd been quietly avoiding for 2 months. They fit. Not barely fit. Actually comfortably fit. This wasn't weight loss yet, this was bloating going down, water retention reducing, inflammation from bad food habits calming down. My body was operating differently. Day 7, I stepped on the scale. I'd weighed myself on day 1 so I had a clean baseline. 7 days of eating exactly the Japanese way. No gym changes, no calorie counting, no fasting, nothing extra. 2.1 kilograms. That's what I lost in 7 days. Not from starving. Not from suffering. From eating 3 real, balanced, properly portioned meals a day, slowly, and nothing in between. Now let me tell you why this actually works. The 80% rule works because of a hormone called leptin. Leptin is what your body uses to signal fullness. But that signal travels slowly. When you eat fast and eat big, you override it every single time. Eating slowly and stopping early means you're working with your biology instead of bulldozing through it. The no snacking rule works because of insulin sensitivity. Every time you eat, even a small snack, your body releases insulin. Constant eating means constantly elevated insulin levels. That promotes fat storage and blocks fat burning. Giving your body proper gaps between meals lets insulin drop back down and lets your metabolism actually function the way it's designed to. The balanced plate approach works because you're getting fiber, protein, and complex carbohydrates at every meal, which slows digestion, stabilizes blood sugar, and keeps you genuinely full longer without the spikes and crashes. None of this is magic. It's biology that's been operating in human bodies for thousands of years. Before processed food, before supersized portions, before eating became something we do mindlessly while staring at our phones. Here's my honest takeaway after 7 days. This is not a diet. It's a completely different relationship with food. You're not restricting. You're not suffering. You're eating real food, 3 times a day, at a pace that lets your body actually process it. And the results, the clarity, the energy, the reduction in bloating, the 2.1 kilograms. All of that came as a side effect of just eating correctly. Out of the 4 rules, I'm keeping 3 of them permanently. The 80% rule and the slow eating are now just how I eat. The no snacking rule I'm keeping for weekdays. The balanced plates I'm building more naturally into my meals. If you want to try this yourself, you don't need Japanese groceries or a specialty store. You need smaller portions, slower eating, balanced meals, and the discipline to not snack between them. That's the whole system. If this video gave you something useful, share it with one person who needs to hear it. And if you want to see the exact day-by-day meal breakdown, every breakfast, lunch, and dinner from all 7 days, that video is right here. I'd love to see you there.